Now I will give you an introduction to SAP S/4HANA Fiori as a new user interface that comes with SAP S/4HANA Business Suite. And then in the next lecture, I will give an introduction to SAP GUI so that you can make a comparison in between SAP Fiori and SAP GUI as user interfaces. SAP GUI is a desktop user interface while SAP Fiori is a web-based user interface. SAP Fiori is the cloud-based latest interface which was specifically developed for SAP S/4HANA. It is now a new user experience to process or analyze day-to-day business transactions. The word Fiori means flowers in Italian. When you open the SAP Fiori homepage application, you will see a picture of the flowers. As you can see in the background of SAP Fiori screen, there is an image of a flower or flowers. And also the favicon of SAP Fiori also shows the image of a flower. Anyone with an appropriate username and password can log on to the SAP Fiori Launchpad through a web browser without any need to go through SAP GUI logon pad. SAP Fiori Launchpad is the entry point for all its applications, as you can see on my screen. SAP Fiori interface is comprised of different apps or applications as per the user role, just like mobile apps. User role, we will discuss it in detail in the upcoming lecture. If you notice that the apps are contained in tile groups format, which can be created or renamed. For example, if you click on your user icon and click on edit home page, then you will have an option to create and add group by clicking the add group button. For example, I will type the name my apps, and then I can drag apps here to create links. So you can add apps here by dragging. For example, if I want to add this app into my newly created group, so I will just drag it and then drop it here. I can also drag this app to create links. For example, if I will drag it here, so it will be a link. I can also rename the existing group. For example, if it says contract account governance, so I can just rename it by removing account word, and then it will be contract governance. So I can rename it and then close it to save my home page settings. As you can see, that contract governance and also the link which I have just created. I can also delete any group. For example, my apps which I have just created, I can click delete button to delete the group. And then save the changes by clicking close button. And then you have the message, your changes have been saved. You can also use global search icon to find the app. For example, if you want to search for invoice app, so you can just type invoice and then you will have the results where you can find the relevant invoice app. For example, if you want to create incoming invoices, so just click create incoming invoices and then the invoice screen will be open. And here you can enter the information for your vendor and then the GL account number to post the incoming invoice. You can also go back to your home page by clicking SAP icon. And another way to navigate the apps very quickly, if you click on home and go to accounts payable invoices. So you can also go to create incoming invoices through this option. You can also customize your dashboard through the settings option. Click on your user icon and go to settings. And here you have the following options. You can enter your name, email, server, and also change the theme by clicking on any theme which you like. Here you have the display settings, and here you have the option to show all contents on your home page or show one group at a time. You can also change the language, date format, and time format in language and region options. Here you can clear your history and if you want to track your recent activity and frequently used apps or not. Default values. Here, this option will be quite beneficial if you want to default your company code controlling area in case if you are using one or more company codes more often. And further, you can also use materials management default values option for your plant, purchasing organization, material, and sales organization. So all these values, if you want to default, because if when you will be working on SAP Fiori system, so you do not have to select these options. So any transactional document when you open on SAP Fiori, so all these values will be defaulted and show you the relevant data according to these default values. You can also use the additional values option by entering more than one option. For example, in case of material, I am using additional values option by inputting the values from 270 to 350 for my material numbers. Or if you want to exclude any material, so you can use exclude option to do that. SAP Fiori apps are developed by SAP UI 5, which is the development tool and uses web technologies like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. SAP has released numerous versions of SAP Fiori till date. The first version 1.0 was released in 2013. SAP Fiori is the replacement of previous blue screen of SAP ERP, which is SAP GUI based. SAP Fiori front-end server release 6.0 will be used in this training. So I will show you where you can find the SAP Fiori version on SAP through SAP GUI. So if you will navigate to System, Status, and click on the Details button under SAP System Data tab and go to the tab Installed Product Versions. So here you can see that we are using SAP Fiori Front-End Server 6.0 and also it's for release 1909. There are following options which can be done to SAP Fiori apps. We can implement them, customize them, and create them from scratch. The following knowledge is required to learn SAP Fiori apps implementation, customization, and its creation from scratch. We need to know SAP UI5, HTML5, JavaScript, a BAP program and objects, OData and SAP NetWeaver Gateway, SAP Fiori Launchpad for accessing the Fiori apps, ERP implementation experience, and knowledge of SAP HANA database. Before I make a comparison in between SAP S/4HANA Fiori and SAP GUI, I will go further and explain you what are SAP S/4HANA Fiori application types. SAP Fiori apps fall into three types based on their purpose: transactional apps, analytical apps, and fact sheet apps. SAP Fiori transactional apps, as its name suggests, enable users to perform transactional activities such as to create, change, approve, reject a GL document, purchase order, sales order, fill timesheet, etc. Transactional apps can be created and extended. You can see my SAP Fiori screen for the examples of transactional apps. For example, post general journal entries, create outgoing invoices, post customer down payment requests, post incoming payments, post depreciation manually. So all these apps are the example of transactional apps, and you can also identify them through their relevant icon which shows dollar symbol. You can click any of them and do the necessary transaction. For example, I have clicked on create outgoing invoices, and you can fill the relevant information to post the customer invoice. The second one is analytical apps. SAP Fiori analytical apps enable users to analyze and monitor financial data, operational data, and other business-related data through KPIs in real time to control and manage the enterprise. KPIs is the abbreviation of key performance indicators. SAP Smart Business is another name for analytical apps of SAP Fiori. Analytical apps run only on SAP HANA database and use virtual data models. Analytical apps can be created and extended. One of the examples of analytical apps is Asset Accounting Overview, where you can see its icon, which shows that it has got the reporting format. You can further scroll down to have some more examples of analytical apps. As you can see, the group title Analytics for Accounts Payable, where you can see the apps which shows the data in the reporting format. You can also refresh the data by clicking Now option. You don't need to refresh the browser. You can just click the Now button and then the data will be refreshed. You can click one of them to see the graphical representation of the data. For example, if I want to see the graphical representation for days payable outstanding, I will click on the app and it will display the data in the graphical representation. If I want to see the data in the tabular view instead of this graphical or chart view, so I can click this button to see the data into the tabular view. I can go back to the chart view to have more options to display the data in the following chart options: bar chart, column chart, line chart, and the other options which you can see on my screen. I can also filter the data through this filter option. For example, if you want to display currency GBP or EUR, so you can select the relevant currency through this option. Similarly, you can go back and see the asset accounting overview. So you can scroll up and go to asset accounting overview for your company code. So you have to enter the relevant information to display the data as per your company code. So I have filled the relevant information as per my company code and I will click go. And here you can see the information related to my company code. So you have got asset acquisition, asset balances in chart view, and you can navigate all such options and can understand the data results. So this is the example of analytical app. The next is fact sheet apps. SAP Fiori fact sheet apps give you a quick view and immediate information such as related objects if you search and explore any transactional data or master data. It displays essential information about an object and contextual navigation between related objects. In other words, fact sheets allow us to explore from one fact sheet to another, like analytical apps, by using one app to another app navigation in Fiori Launchpad. Fact sheet apps can be created and extended just like transactional and analytical apps. I will show you the example of fact sheet apps in SAP Fiori. If you go to global search and click on this search icon and select, let's say, journal entries, and I will type my company code AZ01, click search. So I have got the results of journal entries. So this is the example of fact sheet apps. As I just mentioned, that it gives us a quick and immediate information such as related objects if we want to search and explore any transactional data or master data. So we can also navigate between related objects. For example, if I want to go to manage journal entries, so I will click on it and I can see line items. So it gives us the option to explore from one fact sheet to another, like analytical apps. So we can navigate through the second fact sheet by clicking on different links. Okay. Another example of fact sheet app is that if I want to search a relevant, if you want to search the information or data for a specific supplier, so I will go to the search icon, click on it, and then write the name of that supplier, grid power, let's say. And I will have the information related to this supplier in the form of fact sheet apps. And I can navigate through different objects, for example, cost center, profit center, and so on. And if I want to see further information for a cost center, so we can see its description. Next, I will explain SAP S/4HANA Fiori design principles. SAP Fiori interface provides the 5 following design principles: responsive, simple, coherent, instant value, and role-based. The first one is responsive. SAP Fiori is designed with the idea that it can be responsive, means that it can be easily accessible on your desktop, mobile, or tablet. The size of the interface is automatically adjusted as per device form factor. As you can see on my screen, that on the right hand side it's the mobile interface, and on the left hand side it's my browser SAP Fiori interface. So the size of the interface is automatically adjusted as per device form factor. You can take another example for accounts receivable overview app. So on the right hand side it's mobile app, where I can scroll down to see the results for accounts receivable overview or AR aging analysis. I have got days sales outstanding, my inbox, cash collection tracker, AR breakdown. So all such information I can display through the mobile phone. Similarly, on my left hand side it's the web browser, where I can see the same information on SAP Fiori through the web browser. So we can say that SAP Fiori design is responsive, which is automatically adjusted as per device form factor. Another SAP S/4HANA Fiori design principle is simple. SAP Fiori interface is simple for the users as it displays the relevant tools and information in order to reduce distraction and time spent searching. For example, one user to process one use case can see the relevant information in 3 different screens on his or her dashboard, such as the sidebar, main screen, and the bottom action buttons to approve or decline a task. As you can see on my SAP Fiori screen, display bank. It is the bank master data which I'm displaying, and you can see that you have several options to navigate the bank. For example, you can click on house bank or contact info, related branches, change history. So you have got the navigation tabs, and also you can scroll down to see the same information. You have the buttons here where you can display bank accounts, you can mark it as deleted, or you can edit it. You can also export as spreadsheet. You can also view settings for columns. You can sort it. You can filter. You can group. The next SAP S/4HANA Fiori design principle is coherent. Apps that speak the same language. SAP Fiori applications and form factors are coherent in design, means that they speak the same language with their familial resemblance. In other words, user will learn the purpose of different applications quickly, as the element of the application's coherence or design ensures that tasks, language, and controls have the same meaning within each application and from one application to another. As you can see on my screen, that SAP Fiori applications are coherent in design. There is no difference in between the application design and also the form factors. And you can easily understand the purpose of different applications quickly. The next SAP S/4HANA Fiori design principle is instant value. There is a low barrier to adopt the user-friendly design of SAP Fiori, as the users can personalize it as per their requirements, which give instant value to the business. The last SAP S/4HANA Fiori design principle is role-based. SAP Fiori user interface is role-based. It means that each user is assigned to a role as per his job functions. For example, accounts payable, accounts receivable, accountant, financial controller, etc. They can only see those apps which are relevant to the role functions. Each user role has got permissions to a specific set of applications so that the user can use them for their day-to-day functions. There are more than 400 role-based SAP Fiori apps, and this number keeps increasing with the new releases of SAP S/4HANA. Now I will explain SAP S/4HANA Fiori key benefits. There are following key benefits to use SAP Fiori as new user experience. Easy access. It enables users to easily access overview pages, work lists, and list reports. Increase productivity. It increases productivity by faster and direct access to the relevant information and applications. Embedded analytics. KPI modeling apps and query browser are the embedded reporting tools available in SAP Fiori. Timely notifications. It provides timely notifications for transparency on items, requires attention. It improves time to value by allowing users to take quick and informed actions. It allows users to access information remotely through mobile or iPad. It allows businesses to evolve and eventually drive new revenues. It allows businesses to gain relevant insights and intelligence into any data real time to make quick decision making. It allows businesses to connect with their customers, vendors, employees at a deeper level with the digital core technologies of advanced analytics, Internet of Things, and big data. There are several other benefits to use SAP S/4HANA Fiori, but I have highlighted the main benefits. These benefits could not be achieved by SAP GUI user interface.